Whether you work in big business, government, or the public service, there's a good chance that you are or will soon be engaged in some sort of organizational change exercise. Some degree of organizational change is the norm in most business environments today, and the question of which change model to use often comes up for organization leaders. In this presentation, we will cover the common and essential principles of all change models and introduce our user-friendly systemic change model with all the necessary components for any change intervention. Change management is the discipline of planning and executing the transformation of an organization from one state to another. Change models are tools for the collection, analysis, and dissemination of information related to that transformation project. Each transformation project is unique in its scope, scale, and complexity, so there is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all change model. What is important is that the model you select includes all the components that are relevant to your specific change needs and is flexible enough to address the unique challenges that you may face. Change models provide leaders with visual illustrations of the project philosophy, as well as a common language or terminology for communicating throughout the transformation project. The terminology and illustrations may have changed over the years, but the basic principles of change have remained the same. There are three states of being in any change process: the current state, the transition state, and the future state. There are three phases in a change management process: the defining phase, the planning phase, and the execution phase. And thirdly, change generally takes place in one of three paces. It's either radical or fast, incremental and in stages, or gradually over a long period of time. These principles should be captured in every transformation model. There are several other factors a change agent will have to consider depending on the nature of the change project, and not all models facilitate all considerations. For instance, some simple models like the PDCA cycle may work well for simple operational changes, but may not be appropriate for organizations with significant cultural challenges. Large-scale change exercises may require a more complex model like Prosky-Adkar. Our systemic change model captures all the elements of both Cotter's 8-step model and Prosky-Adkar in a simple graphic illustration using common business terminology. The first illustration shows the three phases of a change intervention, the issues and considerations addressed at each phase, and the primary owner of each phase. The first phase is led by the sponsors or executive of the organization, and the directives for the change project are determined at this phase. The sponsors will identify an external change agent if necessary, and an internal team to lead the planning and execution of the change. The second phase is the planning phase, and is usually led by the change agent and change leadership team. In this phase, change needs and priorities are identified and classified, and detailed project plans are developed. Key individuals within the organization are identified and consulted on implementation plans and potential challenges. The third phase is the implementation phase. Under the guidance of the change team, on-the-ground change leaders will execute the projects, programs, and activities needed to complete the transformation. The second illustration shows the four potential kinds of change and the types of projects and programs that may be necessary. This layout makes it easy to classify and track the progress of specific transformation projects. This model contains all the required elements to deal with complex changes, but it is user friendly, easily understandable, and flexible enough to be scaled up or down as required. The model you choose as a practitioner is an important tool, and having the right tools makes the job easier. However, the ultimate success factors of any change initiative are: one, the commitment to change by the sponsors or leaders; two, the experience and competence of the change agents; and three, the effectiveness of the change team in identifying and neutralizing the inevitable resistance to change. I am Mark Anthony Redman, a change management and organization development coach with 25 years of experience and a commitment to adding value to society by promoting best practices in leadership and business. I hope you found this information valuable. If you need any support on your change or development project, please feel free to contact me. Let's make good things happen.